Not listening to music. Got flagged last time. Thank you for doing that. Gonna look up and away. Oh my god.
Who was writing who? Who was writing this poem? Me? No.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it, hanging in the air.
Where'd you go?
Meaning, the violent emotion of the act.
I just kinda ran away.
Like a cloud of wrath.
Oh, there you are.
The dead eyes of the victim staring at something you couldn't see, and yet making you aware of it. Something had soaked into this place on a molecular level, overlapping with your meaningless existence. Regression to something you had managed to forget, marking you, taking you for a ride, making you crazier.
Okay, no more shadow people.
The station had changed. I was closer now.
That's one way to open the door. Just throw your whole body into it.
Parliament Tower. Our home in New York.
No, actually, I'm gonna leave the light.
Was I really this close to being home? Going up to our apartment?
I lied. I'm taking the light.
Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Up we go. This is not your apartment. There's no fucking way. No, there's no way. Gold? Yeah, nah. There's no way. Hunting.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Okay.
Get out! Leave me alone!
Alice! Alice!
Alice. This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
See, I don't remember coming across Scratch. In fact, it looks like him. So, is Alan Wake the devil? Are we chasing ourselves? Are we that dark presence? Ooh, there's a spiral on this door.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before.
The hell is that?
Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
Nice. Probably in the camera in the hallway. Yo, what was that? Part 1.
Alice's memory card.
Ah, fuck it. You gotta be a little spontaneous, right?
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan.
Damn, that's fucked
We had
up.
a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money.
You're the reason she gave up her dream.
When he could. I took his promo shots. Created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it.
You don't know that.
I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things got complicated sometimes, but that's life, right? We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do, too, sometimes. About 6 years ago, I started hearing noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking.
Ooh, no, that's just
Voices.
creepy.
Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition.
That's no damn motion sensors.
The world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Oh. Scratches you, buddy.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing it.
Let's recap what you've told us so far, Ellen. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world
Really
in his
selling
own
your
image.
story right now.
Which would be in
No
your
pun
image,
intended.
as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the
Deerfest in
Dark
the
Place
first
by
game,
writing a
too?
novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people,
Yeah, right.
making them crazy.
There's something out there that looks
bringing
like
the Dark
me,
Place to Bright
acts
Falls.
like me, but
Yes.
it's called Scratch.
Fiction coming
Not me.
in contact with the dark place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything like darkness when night falls. But last time
This will be back in 2010.
yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the dark place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Mr. Wake,
It's too very fucking weird,
Alan.
man.
we've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the dark place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
Yeah, he doesn't speak to Alan.
Insane. And there's so much of it.
He doesn't speak to Alan, he just sits there, and yeah, they mimic the same movements. It's gotta be in her imagination, because it's with her at all times. The clicker, maybe I got something wrong, but the clicker from the first one was just to help settle his wife, because she was afraid of the dark. So the clicker was just, hey, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. So what significance does the clicker have, dude?
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by
acknowledges them.
darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so certain they even have the clicker?
They could be working for Scratch. I don't remember. It's all confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something?
I'm confused.
Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker.
On top of that, he's written into all of his stories. All of his stories are either Alex Casey or Alan Wake.
Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A
Probably right
cloud
in
of
front of you.
wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
So I'm trying to
Don't
figure out
wake
what's
up
the
the
significance of a
dreamer if
fucking
your
dog
life
clicker.
is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa. Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
So you find a dog clicker and you can find the cult. Okay. Just start clicking away. Come here, cult. Learn more about the clicker.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have.
I'll take the
Be
jokes
careful
over the
with them.
visuals.
Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the cult of the tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I
Yep,
don't
pal.
see a badge on that flannel.
Via the bucket in the janitor's break room.